Hello Scorpio, welcome to Monarch Intuition, and today I'm going to be doing our August 2022 mid-monthly check-in reading for you. If you're new to my channel, what I like to do is I like to pull one major arcana to see the energy and then clarify with a different deck. So what major arcana needs to come out for the sign of Scorpio? What do we need to see for you? We have the Strength card coming out. Wow, all four of the last signs have gotten the Strength card. So I don't know if I should pull you one major arcana or not. I'm feeling like a no. Okay. This represents building solid foundations. This also represents overcoming adversities and trials within your life, such as the original artwork of the card was Hercules slaying Leo the lion, overcoming the first trial. It can also represent the angels coming down and shutting the mouth of the lion, because you know the devil is as a roaring lion, right? And so the angels coming at the right time to shut the mouth and lead you into safety and give you protection. At the same time, this can represent, having good foundations within your life and building something that can stand the test of time right here. What we have to understand is that when we rush a situation, we can have a very shaky foundation, and that foundation can always crumble at the slightest, wind. And so this represents you want to build something that stands the test of time, like, those ancient cathedrals or those ancient temples. Those things are still standing 2,000 years later. So with this Strength card energy, let's clarify this. I'm going to be using the Revelations Tarot. This deck does have reversals in it. I'm going to be pulling 3 cards to see the energy and then clarify with a different deck. So why is the Strength card here for Leo? What do we need to focus on? What do we need? I said Leo. But here's the thing. Strength card does represent Leo energy. Maybe you're dealing with the Leo right here. So what do we need to see for the sign of Scorpio? We have the Two of Pentacles in reversed. We have the Star card upright. And we have the Death card in reversed. So what I'm seeing is that something is out of balance right here with the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles does represent infinity, balancing out, certain aspects within your life. This can be balancing out religion along with work. This can be balancing out work with relationships. Something is out of balance with this Two of Pentacles right here. Something has fallen over. But you still have one pentacle, and you can potentially pick up the other one to try to put it back in. However, sometimes it's okay to drop certain things that aren't, useful for you. Now we have the Star card right here representing that you want to move forward in a new phase within your life. You're wanting to see the constellation of your life, like who you are, right? And I always say to people when I see the Star card to go and look at their birth chart, right? Your birth chart is kind of like the constellation of who you are. And then you can kind of pinpoint what you're supposed to be doing at certain times of your life, certain seasons, certain phases. So with the Star card energy right here, what are you going on to next? Like, what is your goal? Who are you? What is your main purpose within this life? I feel like you're on the right path. I do see something, you have to give up something right here. Maybe you don't want to give this up. Maybe it's something that, with this Death card, you've given up in your past and now it's coming back to the forefront. When I see the Death card in reverse, it means something has ended and then something is beginning again. So maybe you dropped a pentacle and you said, I don't want this. I don't need it in my life. And here it is coming back up. So let's look at this Two of Pentacles energy. What is this for you? We have the Page of Pentacles and we have the Seven of Wands. So I kind of feel like you were only supposed to work with one pentacle for a period of time and you were purposefully being blocked off onto this other one. So I feel like at one point you had 2 pentacles, right? And then the universe said, hey, Scorpio, drop that one pentacle and focus on this one that I've given you, or this new one that's bright and shining. And the universe blocked you off and you're saying, I really want to work on that pentacle. I want that one. The universe is saying, no, cultivate this one first. And it's purposely blocking you off to whatever this is right here. And it kind of feels like you're out of balance. But with the Star card energy, it kind of feels like it's supposed to be that way. Like you were supposed to let go of something for a time period and maybe it's coming back into your life. Two of Pentacles upright, yeah. Along with the Queen of Wands. Now you can finally work on balance right here. I don't know why I wanted to say circus. Maybe it's because the juggling act with the Pentacles. I wanted to say work and circus, so maybe something to do about a circus right here. However, when I see this Two of Pentacles with this Queen of Wands, things are coming back into balance for you. You're finally moving forward. With this Queen of Wands energy, this does represent Aries energy. It represents being sexually open, fertile. It can also represent having your own authority and own control right here. So I kind of feel like this thing that you gave up in the past that you wanted to work on, maybe you've forgotten about, is coming back for you. And it's going to allow you to balance out this situation, to allow you to become this Queen of Wands right here. So, and you can be the Queen of Wands if you're a male as well. This is actually masculine Aries energy. So what is this Death card in reverse? What's going on right here? We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. Yeah, something is being brought back and given to you to help you move forward. Like, you were always thinking about this Eight of Swords right here. You're always thinking about this one pentacle that you dropped, and here it is. It's coming back for you. So what is this pentacle? I know it's going to be different from everyone, but I kind of want to see like the general energy behind it. Let's take a look at this deck right here, Tarot of the Vampires. And this new pentacle is allowing you to be free from the Eight of Swords energy. I don't know if it's money. I don't know if it's a new work situation. Let's try to take a look at that. We have the Six of Cups. We had the Star. We have the High Priestess. So the Six of Cups is your energy. Something was given to you for a period of time. Something was given to you to make you happy, just for, you know, your childhood, though. So this could be something from your childhood, because remember, in the Six of Cups, the older brother is giving this cup of whatever it is to his sister, a flower cup or a vase, right? And he wants her to be happy for this day. Like, they're out on an excursion. They're having a fun time with one another. He wants her to, you know, pretend to be a princess and not focus on the trials and tragedies of this world. So something when you were younger is actually your star. And with the High Priestess, you're going to see that it's hindsight being 20/20. You're supposed to be doing this. The High Priestess represents sitting on the negative polarity, and the Hierophant sits on the positive polarity. When we look at the High Priestess card, we have to remember that it was a mockery card originally. It was supposed to mock the Pope. It was originally called the Popus. So the Popus sits on the negative spectrum. The Pope sits on the positive spectrum, right? So feminine and masculine, that gave it the balance, because originally, when we look at the negative perspective, say from ancient Egyptians and even in Norse mythology, men originally ruled over the negative spectrum. So you have like Loki on the negative, and you have Thor over here, and then you have like Odin who sits in the center. And then on like Egyptian sides, it was like Heka, which was the Greek god of like occult magic and whatnot. And then I believe it was Ra who sat over here, or something else, and then Ra sat in the center. So that's kind of what I'm seeing right here. And then from that kind of belief system, females, when we look at, say, ancient Greek, females ruled over the negative polarity. Originally, women sat in the center, which gave balance to both the positive and the negative spectrum. So usually the goddesses were like neutral beings, and then eventually they moved over to being over here, which is why like witches got that, you know, negative connotation to them. Such as, you know, Hecate being the Greek goddess of witchcraft, stemming from Heka, the Egyptian god of witchcraft. I know I've talked about that before, but for new viewers, that's important to understand when I see this. So when I see this High Priestess card, it's saying that think higher. Think higher than the stars, or think about the stars. What was your goal when you were younger? What were you supposed to be doing? You're getting that opportunity now to do that again, or to take that pentacle that was given to you, so, and like cultivate it and craft it. And as I said, it's going to be different from every single person out there. This is a general reading. So with the star energy, it does represent that it is blessed by the divine. It does represent following the straight and narrow path. And when I say the straight and narrow path, that can represent, you know, even taboo subjects as well, as long as you know you're doing the right thing, paying your bills. You know, even professional porn stars, they have to have, you know, a straight and narrow path. When I talk about that, I'm talking about they have to pay their bills. They have to, you know, get tested, make sure they're not, you know, sleeping around with people outside of work, you know, doing the proper things in order to gain fame within this industry. Like any industry, regardless of how taboo it is, has a certain way you have to work it and play the system, right? And so that's what I'm seeing for you right here, is that there's something here that is part of this path, the constellation of your life. The Sun card. Sun card coming out to represent illumination and give you full clarity to a situation right here. Sun card can also make you happy. Sun card represents, you know, positivity, vibrancy, and new life. So when I see illumination, you're being illuminated by the High Priestess and the star. Here's the thing. Think of like the stars as a bunch of pentacles, and then think of the sun as like the closest pentacle that we have. So now you've worked on all of these other stars, and now you're working on the main one that you truly desire, this one sun card, which is the one main pentacle that's being brought to you, the true illumination, what you truly desire, what makes you fulfilled and happy. You have the Five of Swords, you have the Ace of Skulls, and you have the Six of Pentacles. People are not going to be happy for you, though. There's going to be a lot of backstabbing, betrayal energy for you. The Ace of Skulls and the Six of Skulls, it's being handed to you. Like, you're getting the Ace of Pentacles right here to balance out your situation, and it is being handed to you by, I'm not sure. Why is this happening for Scorpio? Let's look at that. Who is giving this to Scorpio? What's going on right here? What do we need to see? We have the Empress. We have the Three of Skulls. We have the Seven of Knives. So who's giving this to you represents the Empress, someone who's seen your work and really thinks that it's very good with this Three of Skulls right here, this Three of Pentacles. The Empress represents kind of like, you know, the land that you come from. So I kind of feel like it's someone who you know. It can also represent Venus, Venusian energy, beauty, wealth, status. It's represented by Taurus and Libra. So I kind of feel like it's someone who you know. The Three of Pentacles may have worked with this person. They've come to you before, though. The Seven of Knives, I kind of feel like maybe you thought this person had negative feelings towards you. With the Seven of Knives, it always felt like they were trying to get away with something. It kind of felt like they were maybe spying on you, trying to like take your information, but they're giving something to you. That's what's important to understand, is that there are people coming to you with this Three of Skulls because you can turn the straw into gold right here, at least in the artwork of this card. People like what you do with this Empress energy. I feel like this person is a very shady person, though. But it's what you want. Let's look at that. Queen of Scepters coming out. Queen of Wands and the Queen of Knives. So here's the thing. The Seven of Knives and the Queen of Knives really look a lot alike right here when you look at the energy behind them. And they're both carrying a bloody knife. So it kind of represents, when you look at the card artwork, it kind of represents that this person was masquerading around as someone else. In reality, they were the Queen of Knives. They were taking care of business behind the scenes. Maybe they looked like someone who was, you know, lower level. And in reality, they're the boss of something. So imagine like you're working at a job or whatever, and you see another sales associate, this person gets to know you. In reality, they're the whole queen behind the scenes. This is kind of like, you know, undercover restaurant operatives or whatever. But this person sees you as the Queen of Scepters. They have very good logic and intuition and discernment right here. And they see you as being the person who is capable of handling this pentacle with this energy right here. You have the Queen of Scepters coming out twice, Queen of Wands. You've impressed someone. They've come to you. They were kind of like spying on you. They were trying to get away with something. I feel like maybe you didn't even care about them. Maybe you let them do this. Maybe you kind of knew what they were doing. But ultimately, you are deserving of this pentacle. You're deserving of this Empress status or this situation, this work scenario, because of your abilities right here. And because it's preordained with the High Priestess. Now, why are you getting this opportunity? Let's look at that. Why are you getting the opportunity? Four of Grails and the Seven of Scepters, because you didn't want it. That's the funny thing about this, is like they always give it to people who don't want situations and are blocked off to things. So you're getting a situation, maybe you don't even want it or don't even care. You're like, you know, I really don't want that situation anymore. Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, when you're younger, you're like, oh my gosh, I want to be a doctor. And then you grow up and you're like, gosh, that looks like a lot of freaking work. That's like 10 years worth of school right there. And you're like, yeah, I don't want to be a doctor. And maybe you even realize, yeah, you don't even like the thought of blood or anything like that. all of a sudden now you get this opportunity. It's kind of like showing up to give it to you, and you're kind of like, I don't really want that. Or maybe when you were dealing with this person when they were masquerading as a Seven of Knives, you're like, I really don't care. I don't give a shit about that. But that's the reason you're getting something. That's the reason you're getting an opportunity or an offer, is because you just generally do not care. You're like, yeah, that sounds amazing, but I don't really need it. So maybe you wanted this at one point, but you don't need it anymore. You're doing something else. This is something completely different from what you want to do right here, or what you're currently doing. At one point you wanted it, but now you generally don't care. The Sun card is here saying it is part of your destiny. It does make you happy. Maybe it is going to make you happy, but you didn't really care about it a long time ago, or at least the way you spoke about it, you're against it. Or you kind of were nonchalant about it, and this person was like, well, why don't you want it? And you're just like, whatever, it's something. Here, you take it now. I don't really want it. I don't really want that opportunity. And now it's coming back around again to give it to you, to help you move forward in something. Yeah, the Ace of Scepters, it's a new opportunity, a new beginning. Let's look at this Queen of Swords person. Who is this person? How do you know them? Everyone's going to be different, but like general perspective, how do you know this person? Three of Wands, the Sun. Three of Wands represents waiting on something. You may have waited on this person at one point to come into your life. Maybe this is like you sent out your ships to them and they sent their ships back to you. Maybe you were in discussion, you communicated with this person before. So you know this person through communication, but it's kind of like not interpersonal communication. It kind of feels like you had to wait to talk to one another. That's the Sun card coming out. Like it made you happy when you saw one another or when you got communication, but it wasn't like something that was like very, you needed it. It's just like you were happy to receive the news. So for example, like this person could have worked, I'm not saying that you like this person. I'm not saying that this is a loving situation. This is probably not even close to love right here. But what I'm seeing is like, this person worked at a job and you worked at something, and then when they sent you a message, you were happy to receive that message. Not you were happy to talk to that person, but you were happy to receive the information from that person, okay? Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Eight of Pentacles. You were happy to receive information about this work. You're happy to see the situation change and evolve over time. You kind of dealt with this person through the highs and lows of things, though. Like what goes up must come down, what goes down must come up, the eternal loop of the Wheel of Fortune. More information on the Queen. Emperor, the Hermit. This person is like very well up there, though. This person is like, you know, a queen level status person, okay? This person has a lot of authority with this Emperor and this Hermit energy. What's being illuminated to you is that this person is of high authority, high status, can make jobs, can make decisions. And that's that Hermit energy being illuminated to you. Is that maybe you didn't care, and maybe, here's the thing, when this person shows up again, they could be playing tricks on you too, saying, oh, that they're just a queen, they're just like you. In reality, they're not even close. I feel like this person is very, very, like, high up there. Has a lot of command and authority. And they want to work with you because you don't want something and you don't care. Getting an opportunity, something that you've dropped off and not even bothered with anymore. But it's part of your life, hindsight being 20/20. The reason you couldn't have it then was so you can work on something else. Four of Pentacles. You're still holding on to things, though. It's kind of like you still don't really care that much. Like you're holding on to what you're doing now. It's kind of like if this came into your life, it would kind of disrupt what you're doing. And I don't feel like you want to give up what you're doing. But I feel like if you look at it from a higher perspective, and you gave it a chance, you would see that this person is not just a Queen of Swords. This person is like a whole emperor. And when I say emperor, like just authority figure. Lovers. Connected, though. 10 of Wands. Here's the thing. You're kind of sitting there thinking like, you know what? What I'm doing now, I'm happy with my 4 Pentacles. I don't want to be connected to a heavy burden. I'm kind of feeling like this opportunity, if it came back around, it'd be a lot of work. And you're just like, no, I'm good. I'm happy with my 4 Pentacles, what I'm doing right here. But here's the thing. I don't know. I would give it some more thought. What should Scorpio do in this situation? 7 of Cups. Give it thought and pierce the thought with the Ace of Swords. Like, yeah, what they're offering you, it's a beautiful fantasy, but like, what's the real cup? Like, what's the truth behind it? You got this 10 of Wands. It's a lot of work. Do you really want to work that hard? Maybe you're older, maybe you're younger, who knows? Maybe you're just set in your ways. This could be like, you know, you finally retired and then someone's like, hey, do you want to, maybe you're a professional, for example. Think of it like this. Maybe you're like a professional attorney or a doctor, someone who's older, wise, whatever, and you just want to work, or not work, but you want to retire and like live out the nice life. And someone's like, hey, you know, you should open up a clinic or a little, you know, law office where you are, so that way the people of the community can come and see you and, you know, you help them. You're just like, you know, I don't really know about that. Or maybe someone's like, hey, you're an attorney. Why don't you, you know, you're retired, but why don't you come back to work, you know, part-time, do this for us? Like, I don't know. It seems like a lot of work. Like you're hoping to just hold on to what you have and be rested and well off right here. Page of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. They like your work, though. Page of Cups, but you're looking at them like, yeah, I don't know about this. I kind of feel like you should give it a chance, though, Scorpio. That's the thing. I feel like you should just try it out. Just see what it is. Pierce through the illusion, try it out for a little bit, and see what's in the cup. Because the Page of Cups doesn't really know what's in the cup. He's just like, yeah, it's a fish. But, like, what does it represent? What's the symbolism behind that, right? 6 of Wands. It represents a victory. So just try it out for a little bit. See how it goes. Doesn't have to be permanent. I feel like once you give it a try, you'll see that, you know, this person is not just the Queen of Swords. This person was the whole, like, whatever the entire time. Because you don't want something, you get it. All right. So let's look at your Awakened Oracle cards. You have the Cosmic Blueprint. Cosmic Blueprint of your life is like your star chart. I'd focus on that. Maybe you're one of those people who receives a lot of different ups and downs and a lot of shakeups and a lot of surprises. Maybe this is something that you're not even going to expect. With the Cosmic Blueprint, I see that you just need to focus on what you have and focus on what's in your future, okay? See what the next future holds for you, what the next stage of your life is. You have Air Force. When I see this Air Force energy, it does represent, what's the word? Trying to think of the word. Changes of the wind, letting the hair or the air blow through your hair, focusing on the change of seasons. So I kind of feel like this is coming around like maybe September time, like at the change of seasons. Be aware of that. Cosmic Blueprint, maybe you're someone who always receives changes. You know, summertimes generally things don't happen a lot, but then in the fall time towards the autumn, or fall time towards winter times, like a lot of changes tend to happen. For some reason, I don't know. But that's what that change is with this Air Force energy. I don't know why there's so many changes in like the autumn time. Like everything always goes to shit and like bad shit always happens in like the autumn and winter time. Like wars break out, things happen. I'm like, I guess it's like seasonal affective disorder because I know I get like angsty whenever fall comes around. I'm just like, ugh, I hate this energy. So with this transcendence and this horse energy and stag beetle tenacity, see things from a higher perspective. You have this tenacity, nothing can slow you down. You have this armor, you're prepared for the situation. See why you have to do it or why it's good for you in the long run, okay? It seems like it's something that's going to help you in the long run. It's coming back around. You couldn't have it before. I don't even think you really wanted it before. Now it's here. You dreamed about it. You thought about it. You're like, oh, that sounds great. And now it's here. You're like, I don't know. But you have free will. You have free choice. Finding courage. I think you can find the courage to move into this, okay? Like, maybe it's scary, maybe it's something you don't want to do, but just try to go into it, you know, with a brave heart. I feel like you're going to find your life's purpose. And, you know, that could be, you know, kind of daunting right there. Is, you know, you go throughout your entire life wondering what your purpose is, and then all of a sudden the purpose kind of wakes up and slaps you in the face, and you're sitting there thinking, oh man, I don't know about this. I don't know if I really want to do this. Here it is. Here's the big, you know, shebang, and you're nervous about it. Have the courage to move forward, okay? Let me get you a couple of rune cards. You have home, inheritance, property, family, responsibilities, spiritual meaning, universal truths. So focus on your family right here. You might be having the opportunity to move forward within your life. I feel like you have a potentially could be in a will right here. Property I see is in your future. Focus on your home and your responsibilities. Maybe this is you buying a new house. Maybe you're getting the opportunity to do so. Maybe you're getting the opportunity to move. Let me get you one more. Rado, wagon, travel, communication, decisive action, reunion, progress, and inner path and destiny. So you're traveling, you're communicating with people. You still have your home on the side. This is weird. Let me get you a couple of cards for that. Two of Swords. The Ten of Swords. So you're blocked off to this destruction. You're not seeing destruction right here. You're not seeing the ending to something. You're not seeing the harsh truth. What's that? The judgment call. The judgment call to a... Oh, okay, this is the revival. All right. What you're not seeing is that there's a great revival coming. All right. So you might be traveling from one place to another. You might be setting up your home here. Then all of a sudden you have to travel to somewhere else because of this revival energy. The judgment calls people out of their grave to a new life, a new form of who they are. The Ten of Swords represents a miserable ending. It's sharp, it's quick, it's tragic, right? Judgment is calling you from that energy. So I feel like maybe you had a tragic ending. You don't really care about it. You've moved on. You've healed from it. And now all of a sudden you're being called to that again. You're being called to this, from this tragic ending, to have a new life, a new rebirth. Because the judgment represents the rapture in the Bible, right? Yeah, the Two of Cups. It's meant for you. It's not something that's going to be very harsh in your face. It's divinely connected for you. If we look right here, with this symbol above it, it is the staff of the Sadducees. And it's divine connection between moving from one place to another, all right? So you are going through this easy transition because remember, the staff of the Sadducees was held by Psychopomp, or Hermes the Psychopomp, and he was not there to, you know, judge you. When you died and you were going through the underworld, he wasn't there to judge you of your sins. He wasn't there. He was just, you know, a spirit, an apparition. He showed up very calm, very gently, and guided you to what you were supposed to be doing. So I kind of feel like this is a very gentle guiding you forward, all right? You have Sawilu, strength, success in all ventures, good health, and speedy recovery. Have strength, have the courage to deal with this. You have good health, you have the speedy recovery. So it seems like a very good situation for you. Let me get you a couple of Halloween Oracle cards. Let's see. What's going on with that? It's just scary. You have the Eight of Swords, you have the Ten of Swords. They have all these other good cards coming out. It's just, I don't know. You don't really want to go back into something from your past or deal with something or restart something that you've kind of like, especially if you're retired, right? I'm not talking about an X. This is not X energy. This is definitely more like higher level thinking than that. Skeleton, strength, apple, risk and reward. Take a risk on it. Have the strength to do it. I don't understand, though. The skeleton strength, it means that you're unbreakable within this situation. I feel like that was your first card. Yeah, the first card was strength. So double clarification of strength and take a risk on it. Just see what happens. Go where the wind may take you and get the experience out of it. Even if you don't want to do it, look at it, say yes, no, give it a shot. Give it just a shot. Okay, Scorpio? So anyway, I'll talk to you later.